Welcome back to another educative content. So today we'll be talking all about the answers for your cancer issue. So the first and foremost thing is, how do allopathic practices look at cancer and how do they treat it? So I have talked about how do they look in my previous video. Today I'll be talking about how do they deal with it. First and foremost is the surgical intervention, where they open the skin up, remove the excess of cells and tissues and then close it up. So this is basically works for benign tumors which are localized in the same area. Second is surgical intervention, non-surgical interventions. Non-surgical interventions where they infuse a lot of chemicals, they put radiations for the cell to die and remove the excess of proliferated cells from the place. Well, this is a very tedious process and it leads to a lot of other negative effects like that of loss of hair, loss of skin, skin cells and many other things. Is also commitment. Hello friends, welcome back to another educative content. So today we'll be talking about cancer and its way to make sure that cancer to both. Hello friends, welcome back to another educative content. Hello friends, welcome back to yet another educative content. So today we will be dealing with all the answers for your cancer. First and foremost is you need to understand the allopathic perspective of it, because today we will be trying to deal both allopathy and naturopathy and getting a better way of understanding these two. So allopaths use basic surgical way of removing the excess proliferation of the cell. So basically works on any kind of a benign tissues, tumor or anything which is localized in an area. Second way is a non-surgical intervention which you all have heard about, that is chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and radiations kills the local cells. Radiation kills the cells which are proliferating faster. In chemical therapy they have something called as hormonal therapy, and today there is a trend of stem cell healing or stem cell therapy. So the problem with these things are, well, they have a lot of painful, they are having troubles in digesting the food. There is a different way in which your blood acts because of all the chemicals which is going in and out of your system, and there is a lot of other stresses which happens because of this. The stresses on the kidneys to eliminate all those things, and there is an infection and that has to be also taken care of because your immunity has been suppressed in these kind of treatments. So as an alternative medicine, what happens is, yes, alternative medicines do have their own way. Like as a naturopathy doctor, we are good into acupuncture, we are good into exercise therapy, we are also into aromatherapy. Apart from that, you have yoga, which talks about meditation, mindfulness and biofeedback. Of all these things, the very important thing is diet and its way of handling the internal chemistry of the body. So I'm not talking about just the importance of these medicines, that is alternative medicines, working on itself as a whole treatment. Like there is answers for cancer in Ayurveda, in homeopathy, in naturopathy, yoga, in Chinese tradition. But the very important thing is when the Western, that is the allopathic practice, and the Eastern, that is yoga, naturopathy, homeopathy, Ayurveda, comes together to give a better way of handling the body and the diseases of the body, especially in cancer. The reason why is cancer detected sometime later reduces the time duration for the patient. At the same time, if you rely on these kind of an alternative medicine, as you know, they are not so quick, but they are very effective. So if you diagnose your cancer at early stage, like second stage or first stage, then probably you can rely entirely on alternative medicine. But if you see somewhere at the more than second stage, that is during third stage and the final stage, then that becomes a little difficult for handling through alternative medicine. So this is an accepted worldwide view of doing something where we get the both naturopathy, that is alternative medicine, and allopathic together in form of complementary and alternative medicine. In India we call it as integrative medicine. The reason is it reduces the time, it reduces the pain, it enhances faster effective growth of tissues and recovery from the illness. It also manages these moods, swings, stress and depression. Because of these things, there's always an abundance of life and it enhances the longevity. And as I said, diet is what we have to focus on, because the food what you eat implicates in the body, and that is the reason why alternative medicine will make sure that the negative effects of allopathic practices will be nullified. So this is the future, because of a less time of operation, at the same time trying to reduce the negative effect of these will obviously enhance the totality of the patient as such. So I've been talking about yoga, what exactly yoga does and how exactly yoga is helpful. I mean, this channel is entirely dedicated for it, but how well it is focused on to the cancer healing as such. So yeah, one thing is very much sure, for no doubt at all, that it reduces the stress, it acts on the mind level, it increases and enhances the immunity because of your regular practice, that is asana and pranayama. Because of a lot of pranayama changes, what happens is the chemical in the body is always high. The good chemicals such as serotonin is always high. That reduces the amount of cortisols which has to be produced in the body. Because of lesser cortisols, there is a lesser stress, and because of lesser stress, there is high improvement in natural killing cells. That is the way the cancer cells will be detected faster. So yes, yoga, not just on cancer, it has an effectiveness on all the diseases which is in and around the body and mind as such. But the very important thing is diet. The reason why I'm focusing majority of you on diet is we have a very wrong way of eating. Two things which we all love, meat and carbohydrates. They have shown a lot of improvement in cancer cells regeneration. So if you can see, there has been at least a 20% increase in your colorectal cancer, that is the cancer of your large intestine, because of consumption of processed meat and also red meat. Well, this is also true if you are high on carbs, like that of, let's say, chapati, roti, or any other thing which has high glycemic index, which is approximately 88% increases the chances of prostate cancer. The reason why this happens is, let's say something like which you have been feeding on, like that of calcium. People say your bone density is low, you are at the age of 30 plus, you need calcium tablets, you need calcium supplements to keep your body strong. Well, that is not exactly true, but yes, there is some science to it, because a little bit amount of calcium which you take, that takes care of the intestines and takes care of the stomach lining cells, because of which you are in low amount of stomach cancer. But at the same time, if you have more calcium in your body, more than 2000 milligrams of your calcium in your body, that can lead to again prostate cancer. So well, calcium is entirely a different chapter which we'll be dealing in the next session or next video. But the reason is, until unless you don't know how to utilize the calcium which you have consumed, then I would not suggest you to go on any kind of a food as such. The reason why I'm telling this is, the synthetic calcium which you take from the surroundings, it is not just as a tablet, even as a egg white or anything which is high in calcium. They are basically in calcitrol form, that is Ca3+. When it gets into the body, it has to convert into Ca2+ for its consumption. So body has to lose one additional molecule from the calcitrol. When that happens, that 1+ is circulating in your system. Now that is something which we call as free radicals. So to this free radicals, once it gets into lot of in number, they aid in cancer cells growth. So that is the reason why you need to understand what exactly is your food. That is the one more reason why we say that everybody has a cancer cell. Free radicals are freely available in the body. And to nullify this, you need to have a real good immunity, which comes as an antioxidants in form of green leafy vegetables, fresh fruits, and any other vegetables which has good amount of antioxidants. They are basically phytochemicals which is there in the plants, which will enhance itself, and that will yield in better results in handling these free radicals. So as I say, what kind of a food has to be taken care of is, first and foremost, whenever you're going for dinner, make sure that you don't go on bed with carb high protein or carb high food. No chapatis, no rice when you are going to your bed. Make sure that all your chapatis and rice are taken early in the morning rather than later in the evening. Also stock high on tomatoes, carrots and green leafy vegetables. Tomatoes has something called as lycopene, which reduces the risk of prostate cancer. Similarly, vitamin A is highly abundantly available in carrots, which you can always consume. The same time, green leafy vegetables have high amount of phytochemicals, which is actually high in antioxidants in nature. So today is 24th of January. It's Ekadashi. So I hope you have been doing fasting today, because fasting is also has seen a lot of good improvement in reduction in cancer cells. This is a very interesting research which we came across, that cancer is actually not there when you're actually fasting. So if you don't grab on to your food, if you just come in terms with your body and say, I'm not going to feed you, then there is a high increase of cancer killing cells in your body, which we call as tumor killing cells, and they take charge of the body. So make sure that you fast at least once in a week, or at least twice in a week in form of Ekadashi or something, so that you can develop all these natural killing cells in your body. This is not just for people who are having cancer, but also to take care of their body, because I guess you have seen my previous video which talks about fasting and its importance in maintaining your health. If you want, you can always check at the I button. I have given a source for it. You can always look at that video and come back to the same. So moving on, diet, yoga, mindfulness and naturopathic way along with allopathic practice is the way to go for the cancer beating strategy. So as I said, people have a lot of misconceptions on bone and calcium intake, bones health. So I'll be looking onto that also. Along with that, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll have a lot of goodies like that of asthma, how to treat asthma through yoga, and also workspace health. I just talked about ergonomics, but I'm trying to get in more depth about how to keep yourself fit for your performance to increase from your home without being much fuzzy around. At the same time, we will also try to understand what actually attacks in a heart attack. So is it really good that butter, that is ghee or any other fat, is actually good for you or not? Because there has been a lot of researches which is coming in this field. What once upon a time people thought that this was wrong, it has entirely changed the backdrop of it. So this is a very interesting topic. So I hope you like the channel. I hope you like this session. I hope you like the way I am bringing up common terminologies for making you to understand how important your health is and how easily you can try to understand. So if you have any personal questions, you can drop it down to dradityahande@gmail.com, or else if you like something, you can also comment on the same link below, or you can also comment on the comment section. But if you're liking your channel and if you subscribe to it, that keeps me motivated to bring up more such contents. And if you share along with that, and if we increase the tribe, then probably we can be the most healthiest tribe available right now. So see you soon for the next channel or the next video as such. Stay healthy, stay fit. Thank you.